Racing returns to Caulfield for the first time tomorrow since BMW Caulfield Cup Day, and a very interesting program it is too. We spoke to some trainers this morning from Flemington about their runners at the card tomorrow, including Mark Kavanagh, Simon Zara, and first, Paul Snowden. Well, Paul, you've got Catalonia in the first race at Caulfield tomorrow, first start horse by Flying Spur. What can you tell us a little bit about it?
She's a nice filly. She trialled quite well at Werribee a fortnight ago, and she seems to come through it well. She's quite precocious, and she's doing everything right, so it deserves a crack in town.
2-year-olds are hard to get right in terms of their timing. Was this about the time of the preparation you hope to have her going to the races?
Yeah, well, just seen how she come through the trial, and she come through well. So this race is presented. So we're fitting well and we're drawn good. As you said, a lot of unknowns. There's nearly every horse except for one has raced. So and there's a fair bit of money for Mick Price's horse in recent hours. So leading up to the race. So it's a bit of a wait and see. But look, all we can do is get a good run in the race, and I'm sure she'll run well.
What sort of guide does she give you in terms of what she might be able to come into or produce later in her career? Is she a sort of a staying filly?
No, she's up and running now, and that's what she is. She's an early 2-year-old, so it's good to get her to the races and see what she can do. And obviously she's going to get assessed after what she does on Saturday, whether we keep her in or go out. But she's very sound, and as I said, she's a good doer, and she's coping with everything well.
Winchester's your other runner for the day, having won 2 out of its 3 starts. How's he going into Saturday?
She's quite a smart filly, actually. She's always been very, very backward and behind in herself. Very lightly framed filly as an early horse, and she's certainly filled out now, and she looks really well in herself. It was a really big win at Geelong. It was only a 0-72 class race, but I feel it had a lot of depth in it. It could have been a midweek race if it had to been. So she's come through it really well, and 1400 suits second up.
Well, Mark, you've got catapulted in the 65 Roses Victoria Cup on Saturday. He's coming back from some pretty hot grades into just an open handicap. How's he coming through the run so far, and how's he going into tomorrow?
Oh, look, he's getting back to top form now. He's worked really well. 1100's going to suit. Look, he's got a lot of weight, but I think over the short trip he'll be okay.
No other alternatives for him given the weight you had to carry tomorrow?
Well, there's a race coming up at Flemington in 2 weeks over 1200 and that, but I just want to give him one in between to make him right for the Standish or the Christmas Stakes, so this looks a good option.
He is group grade class, and that's where he's been running the Oakley Plate last start. What do you make of it?
Look, he got injured in that, and we never ever got him quite right again for that preparation, so he's had a good rest now, and I think he's starting to get his confidence back, and we should see the best of him tomorrow.
And your confidence going to tomorrow with him?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with him. Look, he's got a lot of weight, but I think he's just a class above those guys.
Shadowfax in the last race, drawn Auckley tomorrow, but you've always had a high opinion of this horse too, haven't you?
Yeah, look, I've been careful with him. He was supposed to race at Geelong and then go into the Melbourne Cup week for some decent races there, but that never happened. He got injured at Geelong in the gates by a horse going off, and then we've had to run him first up over the Cup week over a unsuitable 1200, but this looks a suitable race for him, and he's really going well. He's drawn wide, but he should posse up into a good spot.
When he finds winning form, he seems to hold it pretty well, doesn't he?
Yeah, look, he's a really handy horse. We've nursed him along when he came to us from a tried horse in New Zealand. We've nursed him along, and he's got a very good strike rate, and he's a handy horse. He's a good chance tomorrow. Your best of these two? Probably Shadowfax.
Well, Simon, you take Lady LeBen to Caulfield tomorrow over 1,400 metres. Never been to Caulfield before. How are you looking at tomorrow's race?
Oh, look, we've been pretty keen to get her to 1,400 for a while. She just seemed to over-race a lot in the preparation last time in, but this time in she seems to be a bit more mature. And I think watching her run the other day, 14 should suit her down to the ground. She
strung 3 together last campaign, or 2, including this campaign, and not beaten far in the last 2 starts, so she's in reasonable good form.
Yeah, no, she's in good form. Probably a fraction disappointing in the Valley, but it just sort of seemed to sit up and then sprint and didn't quite suit her. And the track was a fraction shifty, which doesn't sort of suit her. So the track will be nice and firm tomorrow, and she should be drawn inside. She should get a nice run from the gate and be hitting the line hard. And you've claimed with Damien Lane on? Yeah, look, she comes well on the way. She's, on the minimum, and with the claim, she comes in with 52. So, that's ideal for her. And it doesn't seem to be over strong, but it's still not easy to win. But she's a good each way chance. So there it is, a look at tomorrow's key runners from some of the trainers this morning from Flemington. Stay tuned to RVTV for more news.